Oh, cough drops. Greetings, little ones. Al has to go get cough drops.
I'm sorry. Just grab a handful off my nightstand.
And also you get to see me looking like an actual literal infant this week because I decided that it would be a good idea to shave.
Yeah.
So, my beard will be back in about a month.
Oh, man. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Okay, let's just give everybody a minute to pile in. Yep, we got a couple more people, and then we'll get started on the questions.
Yeah.
So,
Leo's Ed Likers.
Leo's Ed Nation, how we feeling?
I think I made a joke like a couple months ago about how people were trying to come up with ship names for Leo's Ed, and I joked that the ship name should be something stupid.
Haha. OTP something stupid. Anyway.
Foreshadowing. That was real life foreshadowing.
Yeah. Because again,
we had just done this episode.
Yeah, we've been sitting on this for months.
Yeah.
Here, let me fuck with the sensitivity a little bit. It seems like we're not really that loud.
Oh.
Okay.
Hit that for us.
That should be better. And then here.
Oh yeah, are we on the omnidirectional? Our mic is so fancy that it's counterintuitive.
Yeah. Well, it has, you can change whether it's bidirectional, omnidirectional, or, like cardioid. Yeah, and since I haven't, like, actually had a class on how to work audio things in years.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a music major, which was, like, 8 years ago. So.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, yeah, we have a couple people in so far, so we could just go ahead and get started. I think Al has all the questions for this week.
Yes, I do. Oh, we recorded... Sorry, I was looking up when we recorded episode 16. It was January 10th.
My God.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, the insane relief off of my chest knowing that season 1 is done is just so much better. That's hard to believe that we did that in January. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's almost April.
Oy.
Okay.
Had a crust in my eye. Sorry, everyone. Our first question. Lynn is obviously distrustful of Leo and doesn't seem to like him, but have some of her opinions about him changed after him living in her house for over a month?
I think so.
Yes. Here's the thing. Lynn does not dislike Leo personally.
I think she would have treated anybody that, knowing her son's history, that she would have treated anybody that Zed dragged in dirty and mysteriously off the streets and was like, hey, we need a place to lay low for a bit. I feel like she would have treated anybody under that circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tried to imply that in the episode. I did try to imply that in the episode with Zed being like, I have legendarily shitty taste in men. Which he does.
Yeah. Well, and then, I mean, oh shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say that, we didn't really, and again, it comes down to the limiting factor of the medium again. We're only getting to know this woman through Leo's narrative lens and what Zed tells him about her.
Yeah.
And also, somebody's made the joke before about lesbians really do look at Laeral Valsine and go, is anybody going to bully this? And then don't wait for an answer.
Yeah, our friend Ilum made that joke months and months ago, and was entirely correct.
Yeah.
Oh man, but but yeah, I think Lynn's reaction to Leo as a concept and her feelings about him as a person are different. Because, first of all, she wasn't trying to be, directly mean to him at the beginning of the episode, I feel like I should stress. She was mean to the concept of Zed's boyfriend, Zed's theoretical boyfriend.
Because she doesn't like the concept of Zed's theoretical boyfriend.
Because historically, Zed's boyfriends have been pieces of shit. So, the theory of Leo as Zed's friend that is his type, that he dragged it off the street and needs a place to lie low for a bit with, Lynn was understandably distrustful.
well, and especially because, you kind of have to examine things through, unfortunately, we don't get the chance to go through Lynn's narrative lens, but like, let's put ourselves in the shoes of this woman who, like, your son hasn't talked to you for 4 years.
Yeah.
And just shows up at your house with this, like, loud, weird-looking twink in high heels.
Yeah.
And says that he needs somewhere to lie low for a bit. Like, I feel like her animosity was extremely warranted.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I do think her opinion changed of Leah. Like, because, we didn't get to go into this, but just from a character establishment standpoint, Leo was a model house guest. Like, Leo was very respectful to everybody in that house. Well, we see him being, like, extremely respectful to Camila. He's extremely respectful to Lynn the first time he talks to her.
Yeah.
He probably, like, helped around the house and helped wash dishes. Like, he was a model house guest.
Yeah. Like, we didn't get to, unfortunately, season 16, or the end of season 1, like we said before, there was a bit of a crunch because we had a lot of plot to fit in.
I would have done another episode of The Order if we could do it in order.
Yeah.
But we get to see in a couple episodes how Lynn's feelings towards Leo have changed.
Yeah. Like, I don't think they're ever going to be tight. I don't think they're going to be besties.
No.
But, like, Lynn is a reasonable person and is able to understand that her first impressions aren't always, first of all, that her first impressions aren't always the be-all, end-all of a person. And second of all, that, like, Zed's past history of dating shitty guys does not necessarily mean that every guy that he's interested in is evil.
Yeah.
Like Lynn is very capable of understanding. The way I tried to play Lynn's dynamic with Zed is that, like, they love each other a lot. They're very close. And Lynn is capable of understanding that Zed, first of all, that Zed's an adult, that Zed makes his own decisions, that Zed is capable of growth and change. It's just that Zed is also an addict. And that's the thing.
And a victim of past abuse. I mean,
that's where a lot of the part of the fact that she's kind of mean to Zed is just how their dynamic works.
Well, like, I mean, because I think you said the two things that you had established for Lynn's character is that she was an old school butch, and that she had to act in a way that would make Zed like that, and like that.
Before I developed any of her deeper characterization, those were the two touchstones that I had. One is that she is a 50-year-old butch with all that entails, and, like, subculture-wise, all that entails. Because when I talk about, like, butch identity in regards to Lynn, I'm very much talking about, like, butch femme bar culture. Anyway, that's a whole different rant. But, like, old school butch with everything that entails. And 2, she is the primary person that raised Zed.
And Zed said things to the person that he loves.
Yeah.
Like, usually it takes people 5 minutes to decide to hate your guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had to come up with, like, okay, what kind of nurturing fostered this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Lynn had to be written in such a way that in the limited amount of time we were going to be able to spend with her, you heard, like, 3 words out of the woman's mouth and you were like, oh, of course she raised Zed.
Yeah, this is Zed's mom. Okay, yep.
Oh, got it. Yeah, like,
something, that thing never misses, huh, kid?
Yeah. That thing never misses, huh, kid? Like, and, like, I've done deeper development on their like, dynamic. Like, I think the anecdote that I have told, like, Barry when I was trying to establish what their dynamic was, like, as a co-creator, was just 10-year-old Zed says, I'm going to go climb one of the trees outside. And Lynn says, don't do that. You'll get hurt. And Zed says, no, I won't. And 5 minutes later, branch snap, scream. Lynn leans out the door and says, okay, what did we learn? Did we learn to listen to our mother?
The answer was no.
No. But that's very much her parenting style.
Yeah.
It's very much like, okay, the kid's going to make his own mistakes. And like, I'm not saying that that's an ideal parenting style, and the ways that has affected Zed, positive and negative, are things that we see in his characterization and that we will continue to see in his characterization. Like,
I do love Lynn Stonebloom.
I do love her.
Yeah, I think it just all boils down to, like, the Stonebloom family's form of expressing affection is just being mean to people.
Yeah, it's just being, like, a little bit mean. It's just gentle bullying.
Well, because it's like the thing I was saying about Zed a couple weeks ago in the Q&A, where it's like, if he's being overly polite to you, he doesn't like you.
He does not like you.
Which is why the first time we see Lynn interacting with Leo, she's being very stiff and formal and polite with him. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then, like, after their dynamic changes a little bit, we do get to see her, like, kind of bully Leo a little bit. And it's very, like...
see that in a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's very, like, Stone Bloom family favored. Yeah.
Like, Lynn is not... I'm not going to lie and say that Lynn is a main character and that she has a lot of screen time, but the screen time that she has...
is so good. I love that woman so much.
So much. But, like, I very much... I do want to, like, stress that, like, a lot of her characterization is, like... from my experiences and from experiences that I've absorbed passively from other people of, like, old school butch women, like middle-aged butches.
Who are very, like, warm and protective people.
Yeah, like, very warm and protective people with a crunchy outside. Like, like, middle-aged butches especially. Just, like, Gen X and back. Just absolutely crunchy people. Very warm, very nurturing, crunchy. Just very hard shell. And that was important to me to write with Lynn. And, like...
Well, and also with the dynamic that she has with her wife, too.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I love Camila.
Yeah, and, like, it was important to me to write Camila as an old school femme who is in a long-term partnership with Lynn. Like, I don't know. They don't get... an overabundance of screen time, but the screen time that they do, I was very purposeful about, old school butch femme couple. Yeah.
They're only in 2 episodes in season 1, and then we'll see them again at the very, very, very end of the series. Maybe.
Well, we'll see them in season 3. Yeah. And, like, we get a lot more of, like, we get some of their peripheral characterization from Zed, but that's a whole... that's a whole different ballgame.
Next question.
The house was described as small, so on a scale from probably to clear as crystal, how much of Leo's outburst could everyone hear in the middle of the night after they got woken up to the sound of him ranting about being pissed off?
Oh man, you were the DM, buddy. I'm literally I'm literally just picturing Lynn and Camila just laying in bed with their eyes open, just looking at each other going...
I should have made you roll perception to hear
yikes
from the next room. Like, it's not a big house. I'll let you guys judge for yourselves. It's not a big house. They have 4 rooms. They have a reasonably sized living room, 2 bedrooms, and a galley-style kitchen. I will let you decide for yourself.
Roll perception to hear Lynn Stonebloom go, oh my god, he does have baggage.
Roll perception to hear Camila go, oh no. Oh
no. So I think the answer to that is definitely. Because we've established that Mia's trancing is weird and they're not actually trancing, so they were probably awake for that whole thing. Anyway. And it's not hard to wake up an elf who's trancing because they do the fucking 2 sides of the brain sleep like a whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anything that's canon in D&D source books, but that is my canon.
That's what we've decided for our elves is that they do the thing where like 1/2 of their brain is asleep at a time, like dolphins. Diurnal.
I believe. Maybe that's the term. That might not be it. That might be the term for creatures that are awake during the day. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist.
But we just thought it was funky.
Yeah, we just thought it was fun. But yeah, I would say...
I think everybody in that house heard that whole exchange.
Yeah.
That makes it so much funnier going forward, too. That if they heard the whole thing and just... Nope.
Nope.
I see why you 2 are acting weird around each other now. I'm not going to say anything about it.
Roll perception to hear the rustling sounds of Camila Ibarra just moving her bonnet off her ears. God. Oh, man.
But yeah, everybody in the house definitely heard that.
Yeah, it's not a big house.
It's not a big house, and when Leo had that outburst, I don't think he was thinking too heavily about being quiet.
It's never going to show up in canon, but, like, if you're watching this Q&A, you can have the satisfaction that, probably everybody in that house.
Everybody in the house has the hot gossip now.
Oh, man. Oh, and then we got to ask, how are Celica and Talindra doing with Ravain's absence? Does he have sending, and do they know where he is or if he's okay? No.
I meant to ask that. So did Ravain just like, what was his departure? Like, did he like come downstairs with his backpack one morning and was like, I'm off on an adventure, or did he just fuck off in the middle of the night? Yeah, breakfast the next morning is going to be bad.
Yeah. I think he mentioned something to them, but didn't necessarily go into it. Like, I don't know. Ravain is kind of at his core a little bit of an impulsive person. Like, he doesn't necessarily think things through the whole way. I think they were aware that he was leaving. I don't think he went into it too deeply, but no, Ravain does not have sending. Celica does not have sending. Talindra does not have sending.
Leo has sending. If Ravain really wanted to let them know where he was, I think there was probably part of him that was afraid that if they knew exactly where he was, that they would come get him.
Yeah. Like, Ravain is in a complicated mental state because, like, I've talked about this before, but like, he is very much trying to go on his big adventure, and he's very much trying to like strike out on his own and not need anybody's help. But also, things have been tense. It's been a wild couple of weeks for him.
Yeah,
a few months, really.
Yeah, but I mean, just plot hole wise, like from the jump, like if he had wanted to, he could have told Leo, like, "Hey, can you send my mom a sending and tell her where I am?"
Yeah,
but I think
he didn't do that.
No, I think he was afraid that if they had an exact beat on his location, that they would have come to get him.
Yeah, but that's up for interpretation for anybody. Like, like that's not something that we're gonna set in stone canon. Like, take what you want from the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get some answers as to how Celica and Talindra are doing pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Yep.
Pretty fucking soon. But yeah, like, to answer the question, to answer the core of the question, Ravain has not been in contact with either of his moms in several months.
And they're reacting to that about the way you think they would.
Yeah. They weren't pleased. One of our questions was just, why the something stupid part killed me? Or why the something stupid part that killed me?
I mean, again, it's one of those things where, like, it fucking killed us too, but things shook out the way that they needed to for, like, storytelling and character reasons. I mean, like, especially with Zed, revealing so much of the traumatic shit that he's been through, and, like, I think needing to set that boundary and knowing that, like, when he is in compromising positions that he doesn't make good decisions was a factor. I mean, and, like, he could have worded it better.
Undeniably, he could have worded it better.
He could have worded it better, and Leo very much did not read what he said the way that he intended it to be read.
Like, that was very, the miscommunication was very intentional on our parts. Like,
yeah, because Leo read it as, you are something stupid, and like, the concept of caring about you and being intimate with you, I view as a mistake, and I view as something stupid.
Yeah, where Zed was just like, well, I've been in this position before, and I made the bad call in it. Like,
well, and that, and, like, if he had the kind of, I feel bad for the guy. It was 3 a.m. He probably wasn't super lucid, but like, if he
woke up in the middle of the night,
if he had the lucidity at 3 a.m. to say something like, I care about you too much to let this happen on impulse, and I don't want, being with you and, like, having intimacy and, like, being together to be an impulsive decision. I want it to be something like that. Was the core of what Zed meant, but then Leo read it because it takes Laeral Valsine like less than a second to assume that everybody around him thinks that caring about him is either A, a burden, or B, a liability. And so he just immediately read it as, like, I view the idea of being with you as something stupid and something that I will regret. And then Leo was like, okay, cool, peace. Like,
I did too.
Shouldn't be on the table, Pidgey. Get down. She's not going to.
She's not gonna. Okay. But, like, yeah. Part of, like, the miscommunication in this episode was so much. And very intentionally it was so much because, like, we were very aware as creators that, like, yeah, Leo and Zed as characters are not going to have a good time at the very beginning of trying to actually establish something because so much of their dynamic they have both viewed as transactional for so long. And because of all the stress that they are under, like, just...
and it's a mutual situation of, like, and that's kind of, like, I don't want to say it's tragedy, because, like, it does kind of work out by the end.
We promise this podcast has a happy end.
It's not like a tragedy. In the moment, it is kind of tragic that it is this mutual situation of both of them thinking, oh, the other person in this relationship views everything we do as transactional, and I desperately don't want that to be the case, but also I'm not going to tell them that because that's opening myself up to being hurt.
The answer to why for pretty much everything with Leo's in this episode is trauma. Just
trauma and miscommunication.
The answer is they're dumb. They're dumb and it's complicated. Oh man,
where's the dog? What do you have? Open your mouth.
Little bastard.
Popcorn kernels. Smart, buddy.
Ow.
Sorry. I think the popcorn box fell off the side table last night.
Little bastard. Okay. Sorry, we heard the dog crunching. We had to take a second.
Yeah, because usually when he's crunching, it's on something expensive.
Yeah.
You know, like headphones or my wife's credit card.
Or two separate pairs of your glasses.
Or two separate pairs of my glasses. Yeah, Woody has very expensive taste. When we hear him crunch, it causes a little bit of a panic response.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, like, the whole thing with Leo Zed is they both need to get better personally before their relationship can be steady,
or at least or at least have an open, honest conversation.
Exactly.
There's been a lot of openness and honesty between them, like in 16. You know, like because I feel like Leo was really the first person that Zed talked about all that shit too.
Yeah.
And again, like, that just kind of cuts back to Leo's dumbassery, too, of like, oh man, this man just opened up, like, very exclusively to me about his struggle with addiction and experience as a victim of past partner abuse. He's only here because I'm paying him. I mean, this is
like, them. Oh, man. Just... the miscommunication was a lot in this one. Also, we got a few questions in a row about Dexter from this person on Patreon.
Good.
I'm going to read them all at once. I'm so glad we got the Bone Doggy, now. Can Bone Doggy Dexter help Leo in combat? Also, how does Kimbrel feel about Leo using his magic for stuff like having pets?
Fucking of course. Anyway, so Dexter is not a familiar.
Yeah.
Dexter is an animated skeleton that falls under all of the rules and limitations of the animate dead spell.
Yeah.
So if Leo we gave him a personality because we thought that was fun. Yeah. And also we really wanted Leo to have a dog.
You were like gung-ho about Leo having a dog for many weeks.
I was really, really intensely invested in Leo getting a dog. Yeah. So we just thought that giving Dexter a personality would be fun. Yeah. But I mean, he is a skeleton that falls under the purview and like everything that the animate dead spell entails. If Leo wants to keep him around constantly, he does have to refresh that animate dead spell every day. I would think that like if a day goes by where that's not possible and Dexter's just kind of a bunch of bones hanging out in Leo's backpack, that when he casts that animate dead spell again, Dexter will cut, like it will still be Dexter because like the bones are the same.
Yeah, bones are the same skeleton. But Dexter is functionally immortal. The dog cannot die because he is already dead. But fuck.
But well, I don't know. Can skeletons give you? I'm actually going to look that up. Can skeletons...
I don't think skeletons can give you the help action.
Yeah.
I don't think skeletons can give you the help action. Skeletons can... They can get attack. A turn. Yeah, they get a turn in combat.
Yeah, they attack... If it's anime dead, they attack on your initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, they don't have any, like...
Action,
yeah, they don't have any, like, special actions, like, you know, disengage or anything.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. They're just a damage sponge. Yeah, skeletons are essentially just they absorb damage for the necromancer that has summoned them, and they give out some damage. Like, Dexter has personality because we thought it would be fun if Leo had a dog, but like Leo can summon up to 3 skeletons in combat.
Which is why he has the possum and the goat too.
Yeah, and so can Ravane for that matter. Yeah, and Ravane can and does summon skeletons for battle. That's his whole thing as a necromancer. But yeah, they just thought it would be fun.
Well, but it's Anime Dead says you can command them to do, like, you can give them vague commands. Like, you can say, like, guard this hallway, and, like, that's something that I do in the finale, too, with doing, like, guarding commands and, like, ready in action and things like that. Yeah. But Skeleton Army, we go into that.
Yeah, the party, the entire Team Leo can summon up to 6 skeletons at a time.
More if they do it at higher levels.
That's true.
Because you get 1 additional skeleton per level if you cast it at like 4th or 5th level.
Yeah. Is that... Sorry, somebody in the chat asked, is the Skeleton Army parallel with Fee's side of the story? No. I mean... Not more than, like, the Australian culture around necromancy is parallel with the fact that Leo and Ravane are also necromancers.
Yeah, well, the entirety... Well, it doesn't really have to do anything with Ravane being a necromancer.
Well, yes,
but But, yeah, the entirety of Australian culture is steeped in necromancy because they worship a death god, and it's a theocracy.
Yeah. Like,
well, like what Leo said, you know, like where he was so weirded out because he was like, I went to the church and I asked if I could like borrow some skeletons. Yeah. and they got really mad at me, and I don't understand why.
That was a missing scene that we tried to record in episode 12, by the way.
Yeah.
And we had to cut out because what had happened was after the jewel shopping incident, Barry turned to me and said, so I'm going to go and see where I could find some bones. And I said, Barry, it's broad daylight.
And you're in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like,
do we want to do a grave robbing scene? And then like in the middle of this, I was like, I don't want to go grave robbing.
Yeah, exactly. It's broad daylight. You're in the middle of a city and they have no tradition of necromancy. Think for a moment.
But yeah, like...
But that was supposed to happen in episode 12.
But yeah, like, you know, within the context of 16, like, we established that if you're a necromancer in Australia, because they're pretty common, you can just walk into...
Every priest of Kimmerl is a necromancer.
And, I mean, you would assume a fair amount of the wizards are as well. Like, yeah, you could just walk into any church of Kimmerl and be like, hey, anybody donate their body to Kimmerl? Can I get those bones?
Can I get those bones?
Yeah.
To the tune of the...
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But
so yeah, I want you guys to picture Leo walking into this fucking temple with the Order of the Golden Tusk and just being like, hello, where are all your bones? And can I have some? And then being like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, because that's what happened.
Where's the bones? I was sad that scene got cut out of 12, though, because I, like, did a little bit of world building for an orcish god of peace, and I was like, yeah, so cool. And then we were like, it's broad daylight.
And we like, ethically, grave robbing is not cool.
Yeah. Grave robbing's not good. Don't grave rob. Don't rob graves. PSA. But yeah.
So yeah, we do a lot of our Anime Dead, you know, in a way I feel like is different than most necromancers do it in D&D, because most necromancers in D&D don't fucking care.
Yeah, exactly. But we're in a political intrigue campaign, and B, ethically, both of us disagree with wanton grave robbing, because it's bad. Don't steal bones, kids. But yeah, but there are social consequences for doing things in the podcast. which I feel like a lot of campaign or a lot of more mainstream D&D just doesn't acknowledge. But yeah, as to how Kimmerl feels about summoning
I don't
Dexter,
think he gives a shit.
Yeah, you can get free bones in the woods, as someone in our chat pointed out. Ravain had said, yeah, but like day to day, I don't think Kimmerl cares about how Leo is using his magic. Like Kimmerl cares about the broad strokes of what Leo is doing, but like day to day, sure, summon a bone dog.
Yeah, he's just chilling in the celestial plane, you know, watching his stories. Just, oh, we gotta talk. That's cute.
Yeah. The miscommunication subplot is so bad. Yeah.
Shut up and kiss already.
Yeah. But yeah,
Wait, will Kimmerl meet the dog?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Who's to say? But yeah, it's day to day. I do not think the Bone Man cares that much about what Leo does with his magic. He doesn't really have that much control over that. But
well, I mean, and like mechanically, what is happening is like just going forward. This isn't really a spoiler because it doesn't technically matter, but like Leo is refreshing that animate dead spell every day to keep Dexter like up and running around. But mechanically, if he ever were to get in a situation where like he either didn't have a third level spell slot or for whatever reason needed Dexter to not be running around, mechanically Dexter could collapse into a pile of bones, go in his backpack, and just get brought back up whenever Leo has that third level spell slot. So,
cheapest dog in the world.
Cheapest dog in the world. You don't have to feed him.
You don't have to feed him. You don't have to take him out either.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't need to go for a walk.
We had a line that got cut from 16 because Leo was gonna bring. We realized that Leo couldn't bring Dexter all of the places that they went.
Oh yeah.
In 16, and we were going to have him bring Dexter into the shop, and one of the shopkeepers was going to say, no dogs allowed.
Or no, was that an 18?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh,
they didn't go to any shops. And,
yeah, that's 18. Okay, so never mind. But yeah, we were going to have Leo try to bring Dexter into a public place, and then the people in charge of that place were going to be like, no dogs allowed, and Leo was going to go, what's he going to do? Pee on the merchandise?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then we realized that, like, later on in that episode, having Dexter around would be a bad thing. So, so Dexter just chilled out somewhere else.
Yeah. Dexter was in the backpack.
Fuck.
Backpack where he keeps his bone dog. I don't know.
And his bone goat.
And his bone possum.
And his bone possum, yeah. I think the skeletons are actually so much fun.
Yeah.
Now that they're like,
good.
yeah.
I love to have a skeleton. Oh, and then someone asked, will Dexter only last for 24 hours and then go away forever, or can Leo cast the spell again and he'll be reanimated?
We just answered that. Yeah. No. Like, Dexter will come back because the bones are the same. It's the same dog. Like,
Somebody asked how big is the backpack. Bones are big.
Maybe it's a big backpack. Goddamn. Bones are big, but only when they're put together. If you collapse them, you can collapse them.
You can put bones in a pretty small backpack.
Yeah.
Especially like a wolf skeleton. Like
wolves don't have the biggest
wolves don't have that much bone in them.
The biggest bone on a wolf is like its femur? Like yeah.
And that's shorter than like a person's.
Yeah.
Obviously. I think the biggest concern there would be either the femur or the skull, and they can you can put that stuff in a backpack.
If you're collapsing it, you can just like dump the vertebrae inside the skull. Like it can function. Like you can
use a jar.
Yeah,
just rattle it.
Do dogs have a rib cage? Yeah, dogs have rib cages, but a rib is like on a even a big dog on like a wolf even is like that long. Yeah, like
the ribs aren't attached. Ribs don't attach to vertebrae with bone, and they don't attach to each other with bone. Yeah, it's all cartilage in there, because that's how your lungs don't get squished all the time by your ribs. You can just take that shit apart and then dump him out. And that's it.
Run. Come here, Dexter. Yeah. That's horrible. That's ghoulish. I'm going to go refill my drink. That's awful. That's awful.
I'm not a scientist. I just know a lot about bones because of my horrible joints. I can tell you about bones because I am very intimate with how a skeleton should work because mine doesn't. Al fact. God. I'm just watching the chat. This is so funny. Do you think Leo sits down and Dexter sits on him and Leo's like, oh no, I can't move now? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Dexter is his dog. Like functionally.
Yeah.
Like Dexter is there to maybe like help out in battle and like soak up a little damage and like maybe bite some people.
Yeah.
Dexter is Leo's emotional support skeleton.
Okay. Lieutenant, let's one really quick. Was Mia sent by Kimrel? You might not be able to answer this. I don't know.
We established that.
Yeah. Like
they were straight up like, I work for him in the episode.
I think it was implied, but it was strongly implied. Like Mia absolutely works for Kimrel and is not happy about it.
Yeah, when they said this isn't the worst place I've been in service to him, they fucking meant it.
Yeah. Like that's a large part of Mia's characterization. Is that they're just getting sent places by this horrible, horrible bone man. And they just go.
And they're not happy about
it. Oh, that's so funny. But Mia absolutely works for Kimrel in ways that we'll get into later in the series. For reasons and in ways that we will get into.
Way later.
Yeah, way later. But yeah, we can answer the core question here, which is yes, they work for Kimrel. And yes, that's why they're hanging with Leo. And then we got asked about Lynn and Camila. We got asked, first of all, tell us about Zed's moms because I love them. So true. And then we got asked, are Lynn and Camila both trans too? Yes. Like I tried to imply that. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about how I was trying to imply that. Like, we didn't want to be like super blatant. Like from the beginning, we didn't want to be super blatant about
like this person transes transily down the stairs. Yeah, yeah.
That felt gross to both of us. So we decided not to do that. But Lynn clocked Leo
pretty quickly,
and clocked that he was going through hormone withdrawal, and then said to her son, "Yeah, take him to the pharmacy where Camila and I both get our estrogen prescriptions." That was as blatant as I was comfortable being about establishing a character as trans. But Lynn and Camila are both trans women. I tried to be pretty blatant about that, and it will be more blatant later in the series when Zed is talking about them. Because Zed goes into his backstory stuff. Zed has another mom who gave birth to him and then gave him up into Lynn's care, and they are both his biological moms. And you can do the math on that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's not something that either of us have been trying to be subtle about. Lynn and Camila are both very, I will say for the record, Lynn and Camila both identify very firmly as trans women and as lesbians. And I will say that for the record and just have it be there. But yeah, somebody's message got retracted. That's interesting. But yeah, we were trying to be pretty blatant about that. But yeah, talking about Lynn and Camila, I just love them so much. Yeah, we go into a little bit of the backstory with them, with Zed, later in the series. Zed was given to Lynn to care for at, age 4-ish. Zed was old enough to remember his birth mom, and she did not want to take care of him any longer. So she decided that he lived with Lynn now. And Camila has been Lynn's girlfriend for most of his life. Lynn primarily raised Zed, and that is where Zed gets a lot of his sense of humor and where Zed gets a lot of the way that he interacts with other people.
His physical mannerisms.
Yeah, his physical mannerisms for sure. And it is important to me when we're talking about Zed that Zed is a masked gay dude that has his entire concept of masculinity and has adopted it from a butch lesbian. And that is something that I try to put into Zed's mannerisms a lot. Like, Zed's got the swagger. Zed's got that very confident, in charge way of walking places, and he got that from Lynn, absolutely.
His way of expressing affection is clapping people on the back way too hard.
Yeah. which is true of pretty much any middle-aged butch I've ever met. Yeah. And also, like, the way that he supports people, being like, he doesn't talk about emotions a lot. The way he expresses support is not by unpacking people's emotions. It is by being a pillar for people to lean against.
Well, like, flashback to fucking episode 8, where, like, Leo had that absolute breakdown. Like,
Yeah, like, the way that Zed supports people is by being steady and by being strong enough to take it. And that is very much something that he has adopted from his mom, because that is where his entire conception of masculinity and of emotional support and of the way that he relates to people has come from, is this very confident, very strong butch woman. I
adore her. I would die for her
so much. I love her so much. Listen, but yeah, that was something that I knew from the beginning that I was going to establish about Zed, and worked into his characterization from the beginning, is that, Zed, visibly in his mannerisms and in the way that he relates to people, was raised primarily by a butch woman. But and I do love that about them. Listen, I just think
we should spend like half a season with the Stonebloom family.
That's all of our bonus. Sorry, patrons. That's all of our bonus episodes for the rest of the campaign.
I mean, well, they were there for 2 months. Like, we have the fodder there to do a bonus episode like, while they were still at the Order.
But like, it's tragic that we didn't get more screen time with them in season 1, just because we had so much plot that we had to unpack. But like, they were there for almost 2 months, and I just have a lot of feelings about Lynn and Camila. And also, like, I think it is evident in the way Zed relates to people that, like, his primary influence was Lynn, and was this very strong butch woman. But, like, also, he was partially raised by Camila, who is a very soft and nurturing presence, who is very, how do I say this? Who is very, like, gentle and understanding with people.
And also, like, a peacemaker. Like, she, Also, she likes Leo, which is a bonus point for Leo in his book.
Camila likes Leo. Camila thinks Leo is fun.
He's just funky.
He's very dramatic. Somebody said in the chat, my friend told me she wanted to say that she really appreciates the characters of Lesbian's parents rep, and is loving how much other people like it too. Yeah, I'm glad everybody's liking it. Like, it was important to me to have Lynn and Camila be there, especially because, like, oftentimes, even in, like, queer media, butch lesbians are portrayed as so, like, aggressive and like, how do I say this? Aggressive and, like, hyper confrontational and stuff like that. And that was, first of all, that's not my experience of butch women at all, especially not, like, older ones. And it always seems to be, like, middle-aged butches that get that treatment, is they're very just always trying to pick a fight with somebody. And that was absolutely not how I wanted to approach Lynn. Like, Lynn is exactly as confrontational as she needs to be as the mother of an addict who has not heard from her son in 4 years. But, like, and I wanted to make it clear that it was coming from a place of love and from a place of protection and, like, the desire to defend one of the people that she loves the most in the world. Like,
well, and she never really even gets directly confrontational with Leo. Like, she makes it very clear, like, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Which, again, like, given the situation and given Zed's history, is, like, totally justified.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's never, like, outright.
She's kind of mean.
She's kind of mean, but, like...
But that's just how she shows affection.
She's not as fucking mean to the guy as Isaac Ashthorne was.
True. And it's like, it's very gentle ribbing. It's gentle bullying. Like, yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of thoughts and feelings about Lynn, like from the point where we started the podcast, and I had her as a background character. She was supposed to show up earlier in my original season 1 outline, actually.
Well, that's because your season 1 got fucked up because I made Lockamark last too long. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, before we had established, like, the end point of season 1, I had rearranged things. I think in my original outline, Lynn was supposed to show up in episode 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, I was going to have a Ed subplot where we had to go to the order early, and I changed things up in my outline. But, like, I was very eager to get to Lynn and Camila.
Okay, what's the next question?
We are out of patron questions.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Excellent. Okay.
So we're going to riff or everybody drop questions in the chat. But yeah.
I'm sorry that you crave more Lynn time. There's not that much more of it until the very end of the series.
Yeah, until season 3 at least. We get a little bit of Lynn time in episode 18. Yeah. Not enough.
Like in like the first 10 minutes of episode 18. But
yeah.
It is good. What we do get in episode 18 is very good, though.
We get just enough time for her to do the butch clap and shake.
Yeah, to both her son and Leo. Yeah.
It's not the only thing she does in episode 18, but it was enough time for that.
She does save Leo's life in episode 18, actually. Spoilers, but...
I do love her.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of episode 18. Ignore everything else. Ignore the plot. The most important part of episode 18 is Lynn Stonebloom doing this.
Ow!
Sorry.
No, that's pretty much how that interaction goes in the episode, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was a joke when everybody listens to 18, just to be clear. There's a lot of important stuff that happens in episode 18.
Oh, God. Yeah. Like the entire Astrarian lore dump for the entirety of season 1.
Yeah. And, like, most of the lead up to season 2. Most of the foreshadowing for the big conflict of season 2. Oh, man.
I'm so glad we're done recording this shit.
Yeah. Season 1 was a lot.
We're possibly recording episode 1 of season 2 either tomorrow or Wednesday, so pray for us.
Oh, man. Wish us well. Season 2 is going to be way easier.
Way easier.
Way easier. There was a lot to do.
The plot arcs are so isolated.
Yeah. Season 1 was all of our exposition, so... Oh, interesting. My friend had a question also, and it was, is Ravane cured, like fully from his mushroom curse? Will it come into play later, or will we find out why he had it? It will come into play later. Ravane is not cured, I would say, like...
The effects of the curse are suppressed.
Yeah, like, it's very much, it is something that is a part of him and that cannot be removed from him, but it is suppressed at the moment. Like, that was why, like, the line about Ravane said he feels something missing, but Mushroom Man's not raising his head, so, like, that was very much what that was about. Like, it is not something that will ever be removed from Ravane. It is something that was suppressed in this instance, and that, I don't think this is a spoiler, that we will see again, because it is not, a lot of Ravane's arc is figuring out that he doesn't need to suppress himself. He needs to accept himself, if that makes sense. Yeah. Which is important to me to write because Ravane's autistic coded. But yeah, we will find out more about the mushroom curse later in the series. What are you most looking forward to in season 2, or just what can you say about it that's not spoilers? Pirates. Pirates. Season 2 is...
One pirate in particular.
Bastard man, take you by the hand. Season 2 is the pirate season. We have, I believe... We've dropped a little bit of lore about the Zephyr Isles, like, already in the podcast.
80% of season 2 takes place in the Zephyr Isles.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, at least 2/3 of season 2 was in the Zephyr Isles. We care a lot about the pirates. Somebody said gay pirates. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Two in particular. Yeah.
Extremely gay pirates.
Married gay pirates.
No, 3 gay pirates.
3. Oh yeah. Three gay pirates, 2 of which are married.
Yeah. 3 gay pirates. One's a cool teen lesbian, and the other 2 are a gay married couple. Well, no. Well, and the other 2 members of their crew are bi. But,
yeah.
And somebody said, I wasn't here for that Q&A at the time, but may I please verbally hear that Eleanor is going to be okay?
She's fine.
Eleanor is okay. And Fen, if you might, I worry for them. Fen's okay.
Fen is okay. He's not feeling great.
Fen's having a rough time. But the podcast has a happy ending, and we don't have that many more, like, deaths planned. And we could say, like, Fen's fine.
Fen's not going to die. Yeah.
Fen's okay. Fen's okay. Eleanor is okay.
We did have a draft where Fen did die, and then we decided that Fee couldn't fucking handle that.
Oops. Oh, man. But yeah, Fen's going to be okay. Eleanor is going to be okay. We will see both of them again in the series. They will both be back. Sorry, for everybody watching this back, the person that asked that question just in the chat posted, thank you, and then in all caps, what?
We did have a draft where Fen did die, and then we decided not to go with it because that would have irreparably broken Fee forever.
But yeah, Fen and Eleanor will both be back, and it'll be great. We got to see Eleanor's Bush Awakening. But yeah, everybody's very mad about her draft where Fen died.
Oh, bro. Okay, so this is the part where everybody gets ready to kick Barry's ass. Almost all. Okay.
Yeah.
Almost all of the original character deaths we had planned were because of me. They're not happening anymore.
Yeah. We had a lot of things planned early in our planning that were character deaths, and then we got rid of a lot of them because they didn't work emotionally with the story we were telling after we started outlining it more. So, that is not to say that we don't have any more plot-relevant character deaths.
We have planned. A couple, yeah.
There are a couple, but like, from the beginning, we were like, this is going to be a low character death podcast because, like, just killing off characters left and right for shock value is not it.
And it's not something that we wanted to do. Yeah. And I feel like every time that we, like, in our final kind of draft of everything that we have planned, like, every character death, A, makes sense, and B, means something to the story. So, like,
just an example, like, Soren's character death affects the plot for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Like, no character death that we have planned is in vain or
pointless.
Yeah, like, every character death has roughly the same weight as Soren's. So, yeah.
But there are a couple more.
Yikes. But yeah, we have a lot of plans. But a lot of our early drafting plans got changed. Like, we had the plot.
We hadn't done as much work on the cosmology at the beginning as we did when we decided, like, that a lot of the original, like, trajectory of the story that we had needed to change because of the cosmology development that we had done.
Yeah. Like, we had the broad strokes of the story planned from the beginning, but the particulars have changed as we have developed the story more. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I think is it's a good balance that we found.
Yeah, like, I feel good about it. I think it's going to shake out well. I mean, we'll see. Oh my God, we're starting season 2 this week.
Yeah. What was our funniest original draft that didn't last? Thelessa Cannon.
Thelessa Cannon, yeah.
Briefly. And then Sabine got introduced, and I said...
Yeah, that sentiment lasted for like 2 weeks, and then I brought Sabine in, and Al was like, never mind.
Yeah. It would have been very good. Everybody's saying Felissa would have been very good.
It would have been very good. It would have
been good. Barry was definitely pulling for it. I like what we have planned for Fee's Endgame. Personally, I'm very invested in what we have planned for Fee's Endgame.
And we can't tell you too much about it because it's major season 2 spoilers. But,
but if y'all like Felissa, write fanfiction. Is kind of my position.
We encourage it, yeah.
We encourage it. We've both written our fair share of fanfiction. Write your hearts out. It's just not going to be in the podcast. Ouch. Sorry. Had a short track. Somebody said, speaking of which, didn't you mention a fuel at some point?
Don't count that out, but...
Yeah. That sure is something that we mentioned.
Yeah.
The concept of a fecule sure is something that we mentioned. I mean, Fee is canonically polyamorous. Like, I want to say that again. Fee canonically is polyamorous, and that's not something that's going to change at any point. But yeah. Like I said, I enjoy the end game that we have planned for Fee now. And I hope everyone else does as well. Oh, man.
And we were gonna go Leo Kuehl, and then I rolled that fucking 19!
19. But yeah, at one point we had planned for a Poly V with Eleonora, Leo, Zed. At one point early in the planning, I had set up Ravane as 11 just for Leo. And then Barry latched super hard onto both Zed and Eleonora, and I was like, okay, too many balls in the air. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ravane was entirely, conceptually written to be Leo bait. So was Mia at one point.
Well, Mia changed a lot.
Mia changed a lot between those drafts, but Ravane's character concept has essentially stayed the same, and Ravane was meant to be Leo bait.
I just think that what he is to Leo platonically, the way it ended up shaking out that what he is to Leo platonically was so much more what Leo needed at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Things change from the early drafts.
Would it be so bad if they kissed? No. And again, AO3 is right there.
Yeah. Fanfiction.net. Don't write on fanfiction.net. It's a bad website.
No, it wouldn't be so bad if they kissed.
It wouldn't be so bad. Interesting Mia lore.
Every week we get this question. Every week we get this question, and every week we have to tell you guys that we can't.
We can't tell you the deep cut on Mia.
Everything about Mia that is a deep cut is a spoiler for the entire fucking plot of the podcast.
Yeah. We will, after the season finale comes out, we will release playlists for all of the major NPCs.
Well, Mia's getting a playlist anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the last part of our production crunch is that we're doing NPC playlists for everybody that we're going to be releasing week by week during the hiatus.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not even week by week because we have too many playlists for that, but we will be releasing them during the playlist.
Hey, it's an improvement from the Kimmoral lore questions, right? Yes, it is.
A little bit.
Please stop with both.
Yeah, they're both big spoilers. But yeah, we have a lot planned for me. I will say that one of the songs on their playlist, which will be coming out, is Achilles Come Down. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
And that song is also on the Kimmoral playlist.
Oh, man. We will get the Mia lore dump in, I believe, season 3. Thank you for talking about the episode playlists. We worked really hard on those. They're going to be really mean for the rest of the season.
Yeah, there have been a couple where Barry has teared up in the chair building the playlist.
Yeah. I remember distinctly that I suggested something for episode 19, and you yelled at me.
Hold on.
What?
I'm going to pull up the episode 19 playlist because I don't remember what you're talking about.
Oh, you will when you look at it.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
You asshole.
Yeah. I suggested it, you played it, and then you said, hey, Al, what the fuck?
And that was the one that made me cry. That was the one that made me cry, sitting here in the chair building the playlist.
Yeah. Episode 13 playlist, my beloved. So true.
I I'm at the point in my fugue state that I don't even remember what's on the episode 13 playlist. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed getting to pull out The Ocean by Against Me. It's a good feat song. I also enjoyed episode 17, which is the first chance I get to pull out an Ezra Furman song. Not going to tell you which one. But...
Yeah, 16 was pretty rude, too.
Yeah. How did everybody feel about putting the dog to sleep on there?
How did everyone feel about I Know a Place by Muna on there?
Yeah. Also, I like that we put Aha on there because it's the first time that we got to hear from Zed directly on an episode.
Well, yeah, Aha and I Know a Place are both Zed songs. Yeah.
And the beginning, the explosive beginning of Aha by Nate Roos is exactly what I wanted for the first
interjection of Zed into the narrative. Yeah.
For Zed's first playlist or song on an official episode playlist. Exactly what I wanted. Sorry, we're just looking at the episode playlist because we built these a couple weeks ago now. Wow.
Oh, God. Yeah, wow. The finale is, oof.
Minimize Spotify. We have to look at the chat. Oh, man. Yeah, episode 17 is going to be...
The episode 17 playlist is really good, actually.
It's a good playlist. The episode's going to be... This is your reminder, everyone. Check the content warnings.
Yeah, episode 17, warnings. Even more so than episode 9. Like, I know we were assholes about episode 9, about being like, fucking read the content warnings. Episode 11, yeah.
Check the content
warnings on 17. 17 is a lot.
Please check the content warnings. I was proud of episode 17. I was proud of my voice acting.
Yeah, your voice acting in that was like some of the best that you did all season. Yeah, because like you have cause to be as proud about 17 and 19 as I am about 16 and 20. So.
But yeah, like we are pushing the content warnings doc. It is linked under every episode. Get in the habit of checking it.
And we're putting it in the fucking description for like everything. Like look at the content warnings for episode 17. Episode 17 is a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah, like we are going to continue pushing everybody. Check the content warnings before every episode.
But especially 11 and 17, because in season 1, those are the two worst ones.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to do 5 more minutes.
Yeah, everybody, last minute questions in the chat. But...
Yeah, 5 more minutes, and everything we get before then, we'll answer.
But yeah, the rest of the season is going to be fun.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But we get to have fun in season 2, and that's what matters.
One of the worst ones. Yeah, episode 17...
I would say is worse than 11.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, everybody, everybody's triggers are different.
Yeah, everybody's triggers are different. Everybody reacts differently to things. But episode 17
was the worst for both of us. Yeah. Especially
that was the worst for us to record.
Yeah, which your voice acting was fucking incredible considering the stress that you were under during that.
Thanks.
I had to play Moral Valsine saying and doing some fucking vile shit, and it fucked me up for 2 days afterwards.
Yeah. It's also differently triggering than episode 11. Yeah. Because episode 11, I think specifically it was the transphobia triggers were a big thing in episode 11.
And also Soren fucking dying.
And Soren fucking dying, yeah. Episode 17 is
explicit depictions of emotional and mental abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 17 is very
gaslighting,
explicit abuse depictions, explicit discussion of abuse. Yeah. And also the fact that it is explicit depictions of abuse of a trans feminine character is not irrelevant. Yeah. That is also check the trigger warnings. But yeah, I was proud of how the episode came out. It wasn't good to play.
It wasn't fun to record. Yeah.
No.
I felt I think I went and took a shower immediately after we recorded the episode.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And it is lighter on the I want to be very clear. the specific kind of transphobia triggers that we have to put on things that are being said about Leo, we're never going to learn Fee's dead name. Fee is never going to get misgendered on camera because neither of us was comfortable with that. But, like, some fucked up shit happens in Fee's story, and it is worth noting. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Episode 17.
It's a lot. I'm really proud of it, though.
Yeah,
like, it's a
I'm really proud of
good episode.
It's a good episode. I'm really proud of it, how it came out. I'm really proud of how 19 came out. I was really proud of my voice acting. It's a lot. It's heavy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when we say that, like, from 11 to the end of season 1 is just, like, fucking strap in, you're on the roller coaster, you're going. Yeah. You're going. Like, it's
you're
not,
going. It doesn't stop. The roller coaster's not going to let you off. But yeah, we were really proud of how, like, the last third of season 1 came out.
2 minutes. If you have any more questions, get them in.
Yeah, 2 minutes. We were really proud of how the last third of season 1 comes out. It was something that we needed to take a break after. Like, we crunched our way through that ending, like, 6 episodes. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, 16 and 17. We recorded 18 and 19 on the same day. We recorded 20 and 21 on the same day. So it was like a month of recording that was just all crunch all the time.
And it was a lot. Like, the weight of it was a lot. Like, narratively, it was just so much. Which, like, you know, like, you guys are going to understand here in a couple of weeks. Like that's the perspective that we're asking you guys to kind of understand things from, is like all of that shit, like everything that you're going to hear from now until the finale was recorded 4 Sundays in a row, early in the morning, before my wife had work, because I had to drive her to work. Yeah. And,
well, we recorded 18 and 19 later at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like afternoon into night, because we had to get dinner.
Yeah, because that was the night that we stayed up until like 11.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of crunch. We're very proud of how it came out. It's heavy. Yeah. It's very heavy. Hope everybody enjoys it. Check the trigger warnings on every episode.
Please. Every episode from here to the end of the season, please look at the content warnings.
Please check the content warnings. We put them up for a reason. It's a heavy, heavy season.
Season 2 is not going to be that heavy.
Yeah, season 2 is going to be way lighter.
Season 3.
Season 2 has our first filler arc.
Yeah. Season 2 or season 3. Like there's some shit in season 3 that's going to get really awful, but season 2, it's fine. Yeah. You can coast. It's good.
Season 2 has some fridge trauma,
but the characters in question are going to talk about it. Yeah.
That's fine. Season 2. It's going to be so much better. I'm so excited to start season 2. It's
it was, well, and like, you know, again, like all of that shit was all stuff that had to be unpacked. It was all stuff that had to be handled. Yeah. But my God, am I ready to not be living in it anymore? Yeah. Am I ready for that to be pre-existent knowledge for our characters that we don't have to keep rehashing?
Yeah. Ravane light pieces of canon, things like his favorite colors are flowers or something. His favorite colors are brown and dark blue. His favorite flowers are lavender and forget-me-nots.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. I love him.
Would it be so bad if they kissed?
Would it be so bad? Anyway. I love that that's going to be just our mantra regarding Leo Vane from now to the end.
Would it be so bad if they kissed? Yeah, would it be so bad if they kissed?
Would it be so bad? I love Ravane so much.
We do have Ravane ending up in a very happy, very stable relationship by the end of everything. Yeah. And it's something that works out super well for him.
Yeah.
But
we have plans for Ravane. He'll be okay. Oh, man. We have plans for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, we tried to do Dragon Age rules with it, where it was like, if you don't romance this character, then they romance this other character.
Yeah. We have plans.
And we hope that you guys are happy with the plans that we have fallen back on. But
if not, fanfiction.
If not, but also we are very partial to them, and it makes us very happy.
Yeah. All of our side ships are the best eventuality we could picture for every character.
Okay. I think we're 5 minutes in now. Okay, so if nobody has any last minute questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night.
Yeah. I just want to stress again, this campaign has a happy ending, we promise.
It does, yeah. Like, seriously?
Seriously.
A couple more people do die, but yeah.
It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be happy.
Yeah.
We promise. Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun with episode 17. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Check the content warnings.